Welcome to Impossibly Kosher. My name is Ben, and today I'm going to show you how to make tomato powder at home. That's right, tomato powder at home. Let's get started. Warning, you may hear my baby screaming in the background. All right, let's continue. In this house, we go through quite a bit of tomatoes. We have a lot of salad and we love adding tomatoes to those salads. But no matter how well we plan, we always end up with a little extra tomatoes that are going a bit too ripe, getting a little too soft, becoming a little bit mealy. And the go-to thing to do with tomatoes as they're starting to become non-enjoyable, fresh and raw, is to make tomato sauce. But in reality, there's only so much tomato sauce a person can have and freeze, and then have again, and keep freezing. So about 6 months ago, I was looking for something new to do with those tomatoes that are becoming a little too ripe. And I saw a really cool idea. Dehydrating those tomatoes, blending them up to turn them into a tomato powder. The benefit of dehydrating them is as soon as you remove that moisture, they will last forever. So it's like sun-dried tomatoes, well, without the sun, just dried tomatoes. Now the benefits of blending them up and turning them into a powder is that you can make tomato paste or tomato sauce whenever you want in a controlled amount. So say goodbye to those days of having the entire can of tomato paste where you only use 2 tablespoons and the rest sits in the back of your fridge until it has a whole colony of green, disgusting stuff. And then you end up tossing it. Here, you can control the amount of tomato paste or tomato sauce that you want and use exactly what you need. The rest gets stored forever. So let's get started with what you gotta do. Step 1. Slice up the tomatoes as thin as possible. The thinner, the better. The quicker they'll dehydrate, and actually the more effectively they'll dehydrate. Step 2, get your dehydrator set up. I'm using my Sahara Dehydrator. It is a really cool tool because it is collapsible. That's right, collapsible. They work by circulating hot air over the food that sits on trays inside the unit. The circulation of hot air causes the moisture to be drawn out of whatever is inside the unit, leaving a dehydrated result. So the first thing I do is I get my Sahara out. It comes in a nice carrying, travel, storage case with all the tools and utilities that come with it. I unzip the bag, I get out the mesh racks, I get out the silicone mats, and I get out the dehydrator. For this one, I'm going to be using the thinner racks. I could have used the silicone mats as well because the tomatoes may leak through, but it worked out well. Now to expand the dehydrator, you unlock the cover, you get the cover off, you expand the top unit, you pull the walls of the glass doors out until you hear a little click, you add the cover back on, you add the drip collector tray, plug it in, and set the temperatures. For this one, you power it up. I'm going to be doing 135 degrees Fahrenheit for about 8 hours. Now you add your tomatoes to the trays. Make sure they each have their own space. Do not layer them one on top of each other. Use multiple racks if you need to. I'm only using 3 tomatoes in this video, so they all fit on one tray. Look how good they look. They look all nice, perfect, juicy. But let's see how they're gonna look when they're done. And before we go, hit the subscribe button, give us a like, and let us know what you think in the comment section.
8 hours later.
Done. Time to get them out and take a look. You can see that an overwhelming majority are nice and crispy already. For those ones, you're gonna take them out, add them to a bowl or directly to the blender. And for those that are still a bit wet or humid or malleable, leave them in for a couple more hours. You want them to be completely dehydrated, no moisture inside. Moisture will lead to mold. So now you got them all out, add them into your blender, get it covered well, and blend it extremely well to make it into a fine powder. You don't want any chunks in your tomato powder. You should blend it for about a minute. Now caution, be careful when removing that cover. You will get hit with tomato fumes. Look at that. Now get it in a little storage container. Now over the next 2 days, once a day or twice a day, give it a little shake or a little mix just to expose all parts to the air so that if there's any residual humidity or moisture, it will evaporate and it will be completely dry and safe for storage. The great part, this will last you forever in the pantry. So that's it. To reconstitute it to make tomato paste, you're gonna use 1 part powder, 2 parts water. So 1 tablespoon of powder equals 2 tablespoons of water. Mix it very well and add it to whatever you're using it in. You wanna make some tomato sauce? 1 part powder to 6 parts water. Mix it very well and add it to whatever you want. All right guys, I hope you liked that video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and of course, I will see you in the next one. If you want to see a more in-depth video using the Sahara Dehydrator, check out these salmon jerky recipes. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.